The first time I ever joined, I was like 19.
Right.
And then I lost weight then. And then but the problem with me is I always used to get to Target or close to. And then I think I would just be like, oh, I just do what I want. Like, I can do what I want now. I've got to Target. I can eat what I want. And it never really, I think because I did it quite boring. Like I used to just live on like pasta and sauce, and like I didn't really do it like I do it now. Like I didn't really cook from scratch. I did it quite lazily. I think there's some things you can't you can do it and it's quite boring.
Yeah.
So I used to do that, and then I had my little boy, put weight on, rejoined Slimming World, lost most of it. Didn't get to Target that time. Started trying for my little girl, had her, and then this time, this is the longest that I've stayed at Target, and this is like, I think clicked. I think this time it's just finally clicked that I don't want to keep yo-yoing and going back to it and stuff.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Slimming Stories. I'm your host, Claire Oldham West. So I don't know if anybody listening to this is a bit of a geek like me in regards to slimming magazines. For so many years now, I've looked at Weight Watchers magazines and Slimming World magazines, and I've always loved the transformation stories, and I don't know, they give me a bit of boost, a bit of hope that I can do this when I see the photos, the before and after photos. I absolutely love it, absolutely love them. And today's guest appeared in the March and April edition of Slimming World, and all these years I've collected these magazines. I've got rid of some, I've got through some, but I think I've got magazines right from 2011 still. So I feel really delighted to be interviewing Dominique Withers today. She's such a bright spirit, and it's nice just to have that common sense attitude to losing weight. And she's also a consultant, and the fact that we can't get to our groups at the moment, I know some people are doing the Zoom calls and some people aren't, and I know that's the same with Weight Watchers as well. It's just nice, isn't it, just to have an insight from a consultant into weight loss. Now, Dominique lost a total of, I think it was about £10, and she dropped 2 dress sizes. And I think a lot of the guests I've had on so far have had really extreme weight losses. You know, I've had people like Davey who lost around 16.5 stone, Aoife that lost around 14 stone, and they are fantastic achievements. But I didn't want to lose sight of the people that just want to drop a dress size. So I think today's episode will really speak to those people, and I didn't want this opportunity to go by without talking about the dresses for the Slimming World photo shoot. So here we go, here's Dominique Withers. Those dresses look amazing. How was that day for you, that photo shoot?
Oh my God, like just ridiculous, absolutely insane. Like it's just the most incredible experience you could want. Like you literally they make you feel like a princess from like the moment you get there to the minute you leave. It's mad, it's crazy. So good though. Yeah,
I mean you look beautiful on those photographs. You really do look lovely, and I imagine that being at goal weight and having that success and having that freedom really to dress in clothes that you now love and enjoy must be such a relief for you.
That's one of the main things about losing weight that I love, like just being able to like wear, pretty much pick what you want, not really have to worry about what you're ordering. Like if I order stuff online, I tend to have to worry about the size too much anymore, and it is lovely, and you can kind of pick a lot of different styles and colours and stuff. So because the stuff they put in the magazine I would never have picked for myself, but I'd probably wear some of it now. I mean, maybe not the big pink one on like a night out or something, but like some of the other ones I definitely would buy. And I wouldn't have tried them before, so
no, that must have been such a lovely experience. So I'd just like to start, Dominique, by asking at what point did you feel that you wasn't happy with your current weight? Was there a situation, a time, or has food always been something that you've struggled with along the years?
Yeah, so I'm like probably what people call a serial slimming worlder. I haven't just joined the one time. I've joined so many times over my life, but I know it works, and it works for me, and I love it, so I always go back to it. And when I had my little girl, I knew that I wanted to, because I just ate what I wanted, same as I did with my little boy, ate what I wanted, and I knew that I wanted to lose the weight, and I said to myself, I'm not losing this weight again. Like, you're going to go do it, and like you're not rejoining again, or like, you know, within like reason. I know, like, you know, weight fluctuates and stuff like that, but I was just like, I really don't want to do it again. So I was like, after I had her, I was like, right, I'm rejoining and I'm going to lose it. And so yeah, it was her really, and them, and just wanting to, you know, I didn't feel great after I had her, because I'd literally just ate whatever I wanted for the whole time I was pregnant. So yeah, so that was it really, just having her and not feeling that great after.
So when you say that you was a serial Slimming Worlder, had you been attending Slimming World for a number of years before that point? Had your weight been an issue for a long time, or was it just the fact that you had a baby, you put weight on and you needed to get the weight off?
No, so like when I was like growing up, I was like fine, and then I met my boyfriend at school, and he's now my husband. So I've been with him for like ever. When I got my first job when I was like 16, all I used to do was like buy sweets and chocolate, and like I just basically just piled on weight then. So I rejoined I think the first time I ever joined I was like 19,
right?
And then I lost weight then, and then but the problem with me is I always used to get to Target or close to, and then I think I would just be like, oh, I just do what I want. Like, I can do what I want now. I've got to Target. I can eat what I want. And it never really, I think because I did it quite boring. Like, I used to just live on like pasta and sauce, and like I didn't really do it like I do it now. Like I didn't really cook from scratch. I did it quite lazily, because I think there's some things you can't you can do it, and it's quite boring.
Yeah.
So I used to do that, and then I had my little boy, put weight on, rejoined Slimming World, lost most of it. Didn't get to Target that time. Started trying for my little girl, had her, and then this time, this is the longest that I've stayed at Target, and this is like, it's, I think, clicked. I think this time it's just finally clicked that I don't want to keep yo-yoing and going back to it and stuff.
Brilliant. And I think sometimes that when, like you've explained there about just doing it but not quite doing it and being quite lazy with it, because we all know, don't we, that we could get up and have Weetabix, and then we maybe could have a packet rice or something. And I think those foods are brilliant, and the freedom with Slimming World is you can have those foods and you can still lose weight, but by putting effort into your meals and planning those, you don't feel that you're being restricted, do you?
No, not at all. And like to the point now where I rarely have, like I have like treats, don't get me wrong, like I go over my sins and things like that, but it's more sweets and chocolate and things like that. I never do it with meals, because I love the meals so much, you know, because like you say, make effort to cook them and prepare them, that actually they're as nice as a takeaway or something else.
Yeah, that's true. And I was looking at your Instagram account that I follow, and on your Instagram account your food does look really nice and well presented. And I think with my Instagram account I try to make a bit of effort with the food, because I think if you can show other people that you can actually eat real food and you don't have to be like craving for the takeaway, then I think that in itself is such a gift to give anybody, isn't it? That yes, you can have this food, look at what I'm eating, and it's nice food and you can enjoy it. There's no restriction.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. I mean, the main reason I set up my Instagram was when I become a consultant was for my members, but a lot of it goes on there, then it goes onto like my members page and onto like my Facebook, and they always say, look, they say, how can you eat that? And it's like, because you can. It doesn't have to be, you know, like a salad or like something boring where you're starving. So I think, like you say, it is really good to show people that actually you can eat like real food and actual food that tastes really nice.
Yeah, that's it, and that's true. And a lot of people still have that diet mentality where a meal has to be with salad leaves, and you know, you can't have the carbs, or you have to be really restricted with potatoes, and that truly isn't the case, and you're showing that on your Instagram account. And how do you feel that Instagram has helped you as a Slimming World member and a consultant really in connecting with people that have had genuine struggles with the weight?
Oh God, like it's amazing, isn't it? One, for meal inspiration, it's just incredible. Like I try things I'd never have tried because I haven't maybe seen them before or looked for them. So, and then also just like love Transformation Tuesday, Face-to-Face Friday. Love seeing everybody's changes that everybody has, because it's just find it so inspiring. You know, all these people that have lost all this weight, I just think it's just amazing. I love it.
It is. It's really helping me. And obviously with the podcast, and more people listen to podcasts now, we've got the Slimming World one as well, and it's nice just to make that connection. And it's a great social media that can help. And you do get those accounts where you look and you think, actually, they're standing a certain way, or I can see the ribs, so are they, are they breathing in? But I think with the Slimming World community, I think generally people are open about having those bad days and those good days, aren't they?
Oh my God, yeah. And like, I love it when people put like pictures on where they're like imperfect, where it's like rolls and stretch marks and like loose skin and stuff. I think it's amazing. Like, it's just so good. I want to see real people. I think it's so brave for people to go onto Instagram and to take photographs of the loose skin. I mean, that is just truly, oh no, it's amazing, isn't it?
That is just truly inspirational, I feel. So, I mean, looking at you, you're an attractive lady, you're stunning, you've lost all this weight, you've got this great family set up with your children, your husband. It's all very lovely and all very rosy. Do you still have those days or those weeks or those months where you think, actually, I'm struggling? Not to the point that Slimming World doesn't work, so we know the plan works. But do you ever get that mindset where you feel that you can't get out of that?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I've had the start of lockdown for me, I think I ate my feelings for literally 3 weeks. Like, it was terrible. It's daft, really, because I still work, so I'm still going out. My life hasn't changed, like, massively, because I'm not stuck inside all day, every day. I'm still getting out and stuff. But I don't know, I just think I used it as an excuse. So I just thought, well, I'm miserable, everyone's miserable, aren't they? I'll just like eat whatever I want for like weeks. And honestly, I just couldn't get back into it. And then, like, obviously all the changes with Slimming World, going virtual and everything, all of that type of stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I just can't. I couldn't be bothered with it, and that sounds really awful. But with just everything going on, it's just, sometimes you just like, you can't be faffed. So I was just like, oh God. But luckily for me, I pile on weight really quickly. I could literally regain all my weight if I just ate whatever I wanted for like 2 months, probably. It just bang straight back on. So like, luckily, once I put a certain amount on, I was like, no, you really have got to like pull it back. So for me, luckily, because my clothes were getting snug and the weather was getting nice, I was like, you're going to have to do something about it now, or like nothing's going to fit. So luckily since then, I have managed to like pull it back in. But God, definitely, sometimes you can't be bothered. Like, you just can't, you can't be bothered with it, can you? Just want a kid's tea and can't be on it all the time, because it's not realistic. I don't feel.
No.
There are days when you want to take away, or you want, but it's about like stopping, isn't it, before it gets too far, I think.
Yeah, just finding that balance. And I think you're right, when you mentioned lockdown, I think the whole world was like, okay, we need to feel this way because of lockdown. In general, I've had lots of free time that I never get. So I work full time, and it's okay, so now you're on lockdown and you're getting paid, and you're on lockdown, and I'm always wanting time to, with my podcast, spend time with my kids, the time that I never get. But then everything here is quite dark, isn't it? I'm thinking, well, actually, I'm feeling quite okay. And then the guilt sets in, thinking, well, I shouldn't be feeling like this, because I should be feeling really miserable. But it's like the sun's shining, I get to have a lie-in, my background is bad under my eyes, because I was asleep normally. So I think there's lots of things just to be grateful for. And I think if lockdown has taught anybody anything, it's just to look at what you've got and be grateful for what you've got, because there's a lot of people that are suffering.
Oh God, yeah, like 100%. Like, people say to me, I'll get to work and people are like, oh, thanks for coming in. And to be honest, I actually feel lucky that I've still got a job, because like, I know so many people that have lost their job. My husband lost his job like a week into lockdown, so like it's lucky that I can still work, and that we're all okay and alive and well and healthy.
So how can anybody motivate themselves to be focused on their weight, on their goals for this year during lockdown? So if somebody listening to this is thinking, okay, well, she's fine, she's got a lovely family set up, but that's not my life, so I'm okay, I don't need to be motivated, because I can just eat myself silly until this all lifts, and I'll go back to group and get weighed.
Well, it is hard, isn't it? I think what I find really hard about it, this probably isn't helpful, but is about how, like, because I work really well if I've got something to work towards, even if it's just like a night out, a holiday, like an event, or just something to sort of like keep it in check. But obviously with everything, it's gone, isn't it? Like at the minute, like everything's uncertain. But I just keep telling myself, but what if they do lift it, and what if, you know, you do get to go on that holiday, or what if you do, you know, like if they lift it like next week and you do get to go on that night out with the girls, or, you know, whatever, and you don't, you know, you're not going to feel great about yourself. And I've been saying to my members a lot of it's like health. Like, if you can't do it for anything else, like, just try and do it for your health, because, you know, with everything that's going on, if you catch it, if you're healthier, then you're more likely to, you know, like, you know, fingers crossed, like, survive, or like not have it as badly. So we're kind of trying to, in my groups at the minute, trying to look at it as more like a health thing, as like just try and keep yourself motivated for that. But it is really difficult. Like, don't get me wrong, it's like it's not easy, but also, like, all the hard work that you've done and put in as well, you know, you don't want it to all go. That's the other thing. That's a lot of my members have joined, because they're like, I don't want to put on all that. I don't want to re-put on all of that weight that I've just spent like months and months losing, because it can just, as we know, it can go on so quickly, and it just takes forever to get it back off again. And it's like having to physically do it again, isn't it?
And I think as well, if lockdown lifts towards the end of the year, then it's going to be, we you know, we're going to have all this extra padding like a bear coming out of hibernation, in the worst time of the year, when people are wanting to, you know, get under their big jumpers and hide away. And it's, I mean, it could be, I don't know, it's a funny thing. So I would say, don't put the pressure on yourselves, but if you do nothing, and if you just comfort eat, then, or like you say, all the hard work could be dissolved because of that. Because of
and then
that.
It's like, it's just doing it all again, isn't it, as well? And but at the end of the day, like, we're all just trying to survive, aren't we? Physically, mentally, and like, obviously that's the most important thing. But, you know, health is really important too, and like eating well and stuff like that. But it is difficult. But it's difficult for everybody, isn't it? So I think that's the one good thing, that sort of like everyone's in the same sort of situation and boat, and, you know, that even if things seem great for somebody, they're still going to be struggling with a few things.
Yeah, and the great thing about the Zoom course now is that we've got that added community, and that we can, you know, go on there and recognise people from the group, and
so nice.
Consultants. That is nice. That is nice. I know we've had a couple of instances we've not been able to connect and things like that, but overall it's been okay. And I think as well, especially with my group, where the people that aren't used to technology, I think they surprise themselves, I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's lovely. It's really nice to be able to keep in touch with everybody as well, and, you know, because it is lovely being in group, and then you have it taken away, and it's like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Not going to see anyone, but it is nice.
It truly is. And I know that you mentioned about holidays there, and keeping the focus. What would you say to somebody that's looking to keep the focus for the summer, that's trying to keep positive and wants to increase their body confidence? Do you use exercise to help you with that? Do you move more to try to alter your shape or to look a certain way? Do you get any benefits from exercise?
So I run. I say I run. I do run. I ran a lot last year because I did the Birmingham Half Marathon. So, and then I did that. My husband bought me these really expensive running trainers for my birthday, which was like a week after. And then I didn't run again for the whole of last year. I know, yeah, it's really bad. And then I don't know if you've seen this going on Instagram, but that like 5K, so you run 5K, and then you have to donate £5 to the NHS, and then you have to nominate 5 people to do 5K. I mean, you don't have to run it, you can like walk it or whatever, but that went around like about 3 weeks ago, and I thought, oh, actually, a few people nominated me, and I was like, right, now I'm just going to go and like do it. And I was like, why on earth have I stopped doing this? Like I really enjoy it. Like, I love it. It makes me feel good. So yeah, so I've started doing that again. But I didn't, when I was initially losing weight, I didn't do any exercise, but you can tell. So like, I could tell once I'd stopped running, I could tell like shape wise, definitely, just totally, like my bum went, like things like that. So so it does definitely help, and like I feel a lot better exercising, and especially at the minute, because you are allowed out for that like little period of time. It's just nice to get out as well at the minute, and you know, you feel great when you come back, and you sort of like, I'll go early, so I'm like set for the day then. And then like since then I've like ran like every other day. So
Brilliant.
it's crazy really. But again, something that Instagram was sort of like spurred me back into. So
that's lovely. So you finally got to bed in your new trainers.
Yeah, well, yeah, my husband was pleased because he was like, "Oh, a waste of money." I was like, "I will wear them. I'm just not running at the minute."
But I love getting some really nice tunes on and just running, and you do forget, don't you?
You wear, can't you? Just like life is normal, and like it's like it is lovely. I do really like it.
It is, and I think there's also some people that are running around the houses or the blocks of flats to try and. Have you seen that on Instagram? They're trying to complete like half marathons around blocks of flats.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's good. It's clever, isn't it?
It's really, really good. I'm not sure about a half marathon, but did you complete the marathon then at your higher weight, or was that something that you started to do once you started to lose weight?
I'd been at Target, and then me and my friend watched the London Marathon and thought it'd be a really good idea to neither of us ran at this point. Thought it'd be a really good idea to do the Birmingham half marathon, because I thought, oh, that's not as bad, you know, like a bit like less. Unfortunately, I did do it, but it got cut short because initially they said it was flooding because it was raining really badly, but actually there was like a car that they couldn't get rid of, so they it got cut short. So in the end, it wasn't actually the full half, but it was still like 11 point something miles. So it was still like I hadn't ran that far, and I haven't run that far since.
Brilliant.
I'd like lost weight. That wasn't like before. I didn't do any exercise until I got to Target.
Until Target. No, that is really good. And I think running or any form of exercise, it's funny, isn't it? Some people will say that, you know, they've been to the gym so they can have that extra strapped up bar, or they've been for a run, so now. But I think for me, if I'm exercising, I know that my mind's in a different place to when I'm not. When I'm exercising, it's like I've given myself the permission to look after myself, and I make sure that I don't do anything to like jeopardize it. But I think it's a hard thing to start, especially running. But I think once you get into it, it can be quite addictive, can't it?
Oh God, yeah, literally like I'm gonna go out again. Yeah, I think just the way it makes you feel, isn't it? Like you just like feel great after it. That does. But yeah, like you say, it's not easy to get into it. But once you're into like some sort of exercise routine, it's definitely easier to sort of like keep it going.
Yeah. Because
then I feel guilty, like if I don't do it. Because if I've told myself this is what I'm doing and I don't do it, I'm like, I need to be doing that. Why am I not doing that? I don't feel bad.
Bless you. So how do you manage your self-care with having two little ones? At what point do you think, actually, I need to do this for myself and I'm going to do this because I've got a son and I've got two stepdaughters, and life can be busy, especially like yourself when you're working. And my son has autism as well, and that can be quite demanding too. Yeah. So really. How do you make that decision that actually I'm going to do this? I'm not going to falter away from it. I'm going to commit to taking this self-care for myself.
I think for me, with like Wilf, as you say, like with like autism and stuff, I never really felt in control of him. I don't know if you like sort of kind of feel the same. Like I can control him to a certain point, but like you just don't know what's going to happen next, and like you don't know what's going to like kick in a meltdown or something. So there's like real like sense of like just no control. So with like when I wanted to lose weight, I was like, I am going to do it for me because it's the only thing at the minute I can control. And that's what made me want to do it. And then with like fitting in, like running and all that type of stuff, and luckily or unluckily for me, he gets up at like ridiculously early because he doesn't sleep very well, like as part of it. So he's up between like 4:30 or 5, like every day. But like my little girl, she doesn't get up till like a normal time, like 7 or something. So, and then my husband's in, so I just tend to just go really early, like 6:30. 7, just go and then get it done, and then it's done then, and it's out the way, and he'll just happily eat toast and watch telly while I'm out, and like my husband's in anyway, so I can go before that. So yeah, so that's it really.
That's it. I think it's nice to do that early as well, because it kind of sets you up for the day, and it energizes you. And I think sometimes, when you're in bed and you're tired and the alarm goes off, or however you get up, the last thing especially, I mean, it's lovely at the moment, isn't it? We've got some gorgeous skies, and it's blue, and it's
beautiful.
There's no clouds, no rain, but I think in the colder months it can be, my God, have I got to get out of this warm bed and go for a run? But it is very therapeutic.
I think for me, I'm actually more of like I enjoy running. I'd rather run in the rain. I'm a bit weird like that. I struggle if it's warm. That's why I like to go out early as well, because I don't want to run in any sort of heat. I don't want to do it.
No, it's hard enough to breathe, isn't it, without the heat as well?
Yeah.
So, do you have any plans to do the London Marathon then when
oh God, no.
Over?
No, Marathon. I don't think I'll be applying for it anymore. No, I think a marathon's probably too far for me. I would probably do I'd probably do a half again. I did really enjoy that. And to actually do it, to get to the actual distance. I would do that again, but I think a marathon is too much for me. I don't think I could be bothered to do all the training, to be honest.
No. I've interviewed a couple of guests, and it's quite tricky. Definitely, it's quite tricky indeed.
Yeah, it's full on, isn't it? Like, you got to do this run on this day. I watched Dan Sully do when he did his London Marathon. I watched his whole Instagram, the marathon train for it, and I was just like, oh my God, no, it's too much.
Definitely too much. So, started at a size 12, and you're now a size 8. How does that feel for anybody listening? What have the changes been to allow you to feel that confidence boost?
Oh, just amazing, really. I love the fact that, I've never really had any boobs anyway, so I was always a bit smaller on the top, but I've always had really big thighs, and it always goes on my face, stomach and stuff like that. So it's just nice because you can just go and buy what sort of clothes you want, and yeah, it's just nice, really.
And it's interesting because you've dropped those 2 dress sizes, and for a lot of people that have larger weight to lose, they've been thinking, stone and a half, two dress sizes. But it just shows you how losing, I think it's something, is it like 10 or 12 pounds can actually bring you down a dress size?
Yeah, that's what they say, isn't it? It's like £10, and you drop the dress size and you can start to feel it. I'm sure I've seen that as well.
Yeah, definitely. And it's, obviously it's the hard work's paid off, and you're able to fit back into your clothes, which is lovely. What would you say to somebody that was struggling into making the changes, bearing in mind that they can't walk through a Slimming World door anymore? What advice can you give as a consultant for what help is available at this moment in time?
So there's absolutely tons and tons of help. So you can join a Slimming World virtual group. And the good thing about that is at the minute, you don't actually have to join any of your local one if you didn't want to. So if you've got a friend or family member that's in a group that's further away that you can't, I've just had a member join me and they don't live close enough to normally join. So that's really nice because you get to speak to people from all over. So there's that available. So you can join your virtual groups. That's a weekly virtual Zoom meeting. That is optional because obviously it's not for everybody, is it? Some people really enjoy it, but we know it's not for everybody. But you get your app, you get your website, loads of meal ideas, loads of inspirational stories on there as well. So there's just tons of help. You get consultant support. You would get added to the Facebook page as well. Where, we put meal ideas and everyone shows you what they're eating, which is just the best thing because we just all love food, don't we?
Yep.
But there's tons and tons of help out there. Even just go on Instagram and get loads of tips and things from there, or Facebook pages and stuff. There's loads of lovely things around.
Brilliant. So that's the thing, that if you're listening to this, worried about your weight, worried about when to start, worried about what to do, at the moment with Slimming World, there's lots of help and support. And I know with other groups, with Weight Watchers, that's the same too. So you don't have to worry. You're not alone. And hopefully Dominique's story has helped you to feel inspired. And so if you have enjoyed listening to Dominique's story today, you can find Dominique on Instagram. What's your handle, Dominique?
So it's slimandworld _Dominique.
Lovely. Short and sweet.
Short and
the best
it
one.
Was well, I changed it. Like I first started and it was like Slim and World Consultant. Read it and I was like, it's too long.
Way too long. Lovely. Well, thanks for joining me today, Dominique. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been lovely.
It's been a great story of inspiration and definitely what we need to help lift us out of these doldrums at the moment. So you take care. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
This was such a refreshing episode. I feel that you've got a Slim and World consultant coming on, having an interview and explaining that, you know, she sometimes struggles, and that was just a lovely, honest interview showing you that even those that have got all the guidance, all the help there, sometimes they struggle. So if you're sat listening to this thinking, you know, I'm on lockdown, the kids are going crazy, maybe having to go to work still, and it's all quite intense, let's just try and focus on our mindset and maybe committing to one meal a day on plan and just see how the days take us. And every day is different, isn't it? Every day is now coming with different challenges. But I strongly feel that I don't want to wait until lockdown lifts. I know that if I come off plan 100%, that I could quite easily put 2 stone on. And I don't want to be in that position come, I don't know, September, October, when it finally lifts. On my 45th birthday, that would be a nightmare. So I'm certainly not giving up just yet. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to today's episode. So you take care until next time. Thank you for listening.